Why this means something to me as well is I know a little bit about being the first, and there's a lot of challenges and pressures. So the work that she did in the racing industry and really paving the path for other women to ascend to significant positions in what had always been a male-dominated sport. So Marylou made profound differences there as well. So her work is recognized by all of us today. It'll be recognized for decades to come when people see her name, not just on this pavilion, but on our highways. And again, for 7 decades, she's one of the most successful owners in thoroughbred racing, and the first woman to breed and own a Kentucky Oaks winner. Very impressive, as well as Belmont Stakes and Travers. So we're proud of her, and I'll just quote Nick Zito, who trained Marylou's Belmont and Travers winners, said, "Racing needs more people like Marylou. There's a lot of people who are considered good people, but she's the real deal. She's a friend you can count on." And said that when you say she's the epitome, when you say she's a legend, the epitome of what that means, she is truly a legend and a friend to so many of us. So I was honored to sign the bill into law that created this way to recognize her and to never forget her, which we never will. She's always in our hearts, because when you come to this community and you come to this track, you'll always be reminded that there was a woman, a strong, strong woman, who made a difference in people's lives, changed this industry, and helped the people make this state so spectacular. So as the governor of the state of New York, I'm very honored to be able to unveil this presentation momentarily, but first let's hear from John Hendrickson. So you've been at her side working to make the difference in people's lives, and to John, we honor you as well. Thank you.
I wish you could be here to feel the love. You know, Marylou had a lot of loves, but Saratoga was her first love. She was all about welcoming visitors to this beautiful city, and now this sign is very appropriately going to invite people to stay and enjoy this beautiful town. And so on behalf of Marylou, her family Heather, and her husband Tim Mabey, and the ones that couldn't be here, thank you from the bottom of my heart. This means the world to me.
Please welcome Assemblyperson Carrie Warner and Senator Daphne Jordan.
Good afternoon. This is a day of celebration, a day when we can once again honor our forever First Lady of Saratoga Springs. I want to thank Governor Hochul for recognizing Marylou Whitney and making it a priority to come here when she has a busy schedule for this unveiling ceremony. Thank you, Governor. I also want to thank my legislative colleague, Assemblywoman Carrie Warner, for her work in making sure that our bill passed the Assembly this year. Our bill to designate State Route 9P between I-87 and East Avenue in the city of Saratoga Springs as Marylou Whitney Way. It's befitting that this segment of roadway that leads to and is adjacent to the track be named after Marylou. Our historic Saratoga Race Course was shaped, strengthened, and supported by Marylou Whitney's generosity. Marylou's advocacy helped our world-renowned race course stay open. Her horses were recognized as regular fixtures at the Travers Stakes. She helped the Saratoga meet draw over 1 million annually, and she claimed victories and a distinguished career as an owner. We also know that Marylou was a consequential figure who did philanthropic good works on behalf of backstretch workers and retired thoroughbreds. She was a founding member of SPAC, helped to establish the National Museum of Dance, also worked to restore the National Museum of Racing, and provided years of support for Saratoga Hospital. Through all of these, through her spirit and her kindness, Marylou Whitney played an indelible role in Saratoga's successes. Marylou Whitney Way will forever be associated with Marylou Whitney and the contributions she left to Saratoga Springs.
thank you, Senator Jordan. It is a pleasure to work with you, and I'm delighted that we are here together today. Governor Hochul, thank you so much for signing this bill into law and for creating this space for us to celebrate Marylou's accomplishments. Commissioner Dominguez, thank you for the work of your team. I said it to you privately. I'm going to say it out loud. Your team is amazing. They are among the best in the state. And Regional Director Barnes, you are a delight to work with. Thank you so much. John, it's always a pleasure to be with you, and that we're honoring Marylou's contributions today is a double pleasure. Today is also Women's Equality Day, and my colleague has reflected on all of the many contributions that Marylou made to Saratoga through her philanthropy and her work here. I would like to just highlight for a moment that she was a woman working in racing at a time when women didn't work in racing. And since her career began in racing, many women have joined the ranks of trainers, of owners, of breeders, of jockeys. And this is an industry that I know celebrates women and embraces women, and I'm looking forward to, by highlighting a first woman of racing, that we will see more young women aspire to a role in racing, whether that's as a groom, a jockey, a trainer, a breeder, an owner, more women in a great sport, that this is not just the sport of kings, but also the sport of queens. So thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for celebrating the contributions of Marylou Whitney to our city and to this wonderful industry.
If folks could please remain seated for our unveiling.
Oh, Assemblywoman Warner and I have a joint proclamation to present to John Hendrickson, who was at Marylou Whitney's side to do much of this work and continues to do it these past years as well. John?
Please remain seated for our unveiling.
Same week. You got it. Please be here.
Beautiful.
Stand behind. I just grabbed this tape.
Oh,
Sorry. They're worried about our
step
safety.
over it.
Get this out of your way.
Folks, please remain seated for this. Thank you. And if anyone from the back staff would like to join for the next photo, please come up now.